Standard English refers to whatever form of the English language is accepted as a national norm in any English-speaking country. It encompasses grammar, vocabulary, and spelling. In the British Isles, particularly in England and Wales, it is often associated with the received pronunciation, accent and UKSE, which refers to grammar and vocabulary. In Scotland the standard is Scottish Standard English. In the United States it is generally associated with the General American accent, and in Australia with General Australian. Multiple definitions. Although Standard English is generally the most formal version of the language, a range of registers exists within Standard English, as is often seen when comparing a newspaper article with an academic paper. For example, a distinction also should be drawn between spoken and written standards. Spoken standards are traditionally looser than the written counterparts, and quicker to accept new grammatical forms and vocabulary. The various geographical varieties form a generally accepted set of rules, often those established by grammarians of the 18th century. English originated in England during the Anglo-Saxon period, and is now spoken as a first to second language in many countries of the world, many of which have developed one or more national standards. English is the first language of the majority of the population in a number of countries, including the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas and Barbados, and is an official language in many others, including India, Pakistan, the Philippines, South Africa and Nigeria, as the result of historical migrations of English-speaking populations and colonization, and the predominant use of English as the international language of trade and commerce. English has also become the most widely used second language. In countries where English is not either a native language or is not widely spoken, a non-native variant might be considered standard for teaching purposes. Grammar. Although the standard Englishes of the various Anglophone countries are very similar, nonetheless, often minor grammatical differences occur between them. In American and Australian English, for example, sunk and shrunk as past tense forms of sink and shrink are beginning to become acceptable as standard forms, whereas standard British English still insists on sank and shrank. In South African English, the deletion of verbal complements is becoming common. This phenomenon sees the objects of transitive verbs being omitted. Did you get? You can put in the box. This kind of construction is not standard in most other forms of Standard English. Vocabulary. Spelling. With rare exceptions, Standard Englishes use either American or British spelling systems, or a mixture of the two. British spellings usually dominate in Commonwealth countries. Bibliography. Bex, Tony, Richard J. Watts. Standard English, The Widening Debate. Routledge. ISBN 0-415-191629. Blake, N. F. 1996. A History of the English Language. Burridge, Kate and Bernd Kortman. 2008. Varieties of English, Volume 3, The Pacific and Australasia. Gulmus, Florian, Richard J. Watts. Sociolinguistics, The Study of Speakers' Choices. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-52183606-9. Crowley, Tony. Standard English and the Politics of Language. Palgrave Macmillan. ISBN 0-333-99035-8. Crystal, David. The Fight for English. How Language Pundits Hate, Shot and Left. Oxford, Oxford University Press. ISBN 0-19920764-X. Crystal, David. 1997. A Dictionary of Linguistics and Phonetics, 4th ed. Durkin, Philip. Global English, Oxford English Dictionary, 2007. Accessed 7 November 2007. Freeborn, Dennis. From Old English to Standard English. A coursebook in language variations across time. Palgrave Macmillan. ISBN 1-4039988809. Gorlach, Manfred. 1997. The Linguistic History of English. Gramley, Stephen. Gert Michael Patzold. A Survey of Modern English. London. Routledge. ISBN 0415049571. Harder, Jane C. Thomas Sheridan. A Chapter in the Saga of Standard English. American Speech, Volume 52, No. 1/2, pp. 65-75. Hickey, Raymond. Legacies of Colonial English. Essen University, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0521830206. Hudson, Richard A. Sociolinguistics. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0521565146. Courtman, Bernd and Clive Upton. 2008. Varieties of English. Volume 1. The British Isles. Mestre, Regend. 2008. Varieties of English. Volume 4. Africa, South and Southeast Asia. Mugglestone, Linda. The Oxford History of English. Oxford, Oxford University Press. ISBN 0-19-924931-8. Schneider, Edgar W. 2008. Varieties of English. Volume 2. The Americas and the Caribbean. Smith, Jeremy. 1996. An Historical Study of English, Function, Form and Change. Thorne, Sarah. 1997. Mastering Advanced English Language. Wright, Laura. The Development of Standard English, 1300 to 1800. Theories, Descriptions, Conflicts. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-77114-5.